my 3 favorite top home defense firearms. Now these are firearms in any category that would just be my top 3. It's not top 3 handguns, top 3 shotguns. This is just the top 3 firearms I choose for home defense. Now in my opinion, choosing a home defense firearm is far more individual than everyday carry or any other situation. You have to find what's best for your home layout, for your floor plan, for where you're going to keep and attain the firearm, your path to get to the firearm, its concealment within the home, etc. There's so many different variables that come into play with choosing the right home defense firearm. So in my opinion, anyone out there watching could essentially choose one of the 3 of these firearms and be set for home defense. So let's get into it. Now first on the list is obviously just your standard 12 gauge pump shotgun. This happens to be a partner pump, which is pretty much one of the cheapest shotguns out there. It's a Remington 870 clone. It shares all the same parts of a Remington 870. This Magpul forend I installed is for a Remington 870. This Picatinny rail and shell holder is for Remington 870. And I bought this shotgun barely ever used, pretty much new, but for a used price of $180. Then of course I spent the money on the forend and I spent the money on the Picatinny and shell holder. I have put so many rounds through this shotgun of every different type of round, and it's operated and functioned flawlessly. There's been no issues. It's been just as dead reliable as you would expect from a basic 12 gauge pump shotgun. This partner pump is made by a company named H&R. Unfortunately, sadly enough, H&R has been out of business for quite some time, but you can still pick these up dirt cheap everywhere online. If you look up H&R partner pump, you can find them from $140 up to $250. But on average, you will easily be able to find one for between $180 and $200. And it is so well worth it. Again, it's a Remington 870 clone. It was built to be the exact same thing as a Remington 870. So a basic standard 12 gauge pump shotgun, as dead reliable as it gets. Now within that first option, this is subcategory B, let's call it. Just another 12 gauge shotgun option. But this one happens to be a Kel-Tec KS7 bullpup style shotgun. Still 12 gauge, but if your home is tight and you've got small hallways or you have very little room to maneuver, but something like this where you maintain a much tighter and closer control line, this might be better suited for you in your circumstances if you still want to go with a 12 gauge shotgun. And there is some debate as far as the reliability of Kel-Tec, but that comes from the early Kel-Tec KSG, which did have quite a few issues, but then Kel-Tec ironed those out, and by the time I got my second KSG, I really had no issues. I got rid of that and I opted to keep my KS7. This has been an awesome shotgun. It's not going anywhere. Now option number 2 in my mind would be my handgun. In my case, this is a Glock 19 Gen 5. I used to keep mostly 45 ACP around the home, but after studying ballistics a little bit more, understanding the rate of travel, I opted to go back to a 9mm for home defense. This is easily one of my favorite handguns. It has everything that I need. It is the Gen 5, front serrations, rear serrations, red dot, laser light combo, and plenty of capacity, aftermarket trigger, but it's simple and easy. It's comfortable, it's easy to fire, it's relatively low recoil, and I still get the capacity that I would want in a home defense situation, and I have spare mags right on a belt that I grab at the ready. So the handgun, specifically in my situation, the Glock 19 Gen 5 with a red dot laser light combo, this is my option number 2 for home defense. Now I did intentionally save what I consider to be the best for last. Not just the best, but this is my main home defense firearm. This is the first thing that I grab. This is the thing that I have closest to me. This is the most accessible. This is my Freedom Ordnance FX9 with a 4-inch barrel, chambered in 9mm. This is perfect for any home defense situation or scenario. Laser light combo, got a true glow on it, put a red dot on it, whatever you need. But it shares Glock magazines. So I have compatibility between this and my Glock 19. I can throw a 30-round mag in each one, and I've got 60 rounds of 9mm right there at the ready. This has been a fun gun to shoot, but it's also been flawless. And if it sounds like I'm a broken record saying, well, this gun's been flawless and this gun's been flawless, well, there's a reason for it. I've had many guns that have not been flawless. I've had many guns that have had tons and tons of malfunctions. But I don't keep those guns. I don't hold on to them. I don't even want them in the mix of my guns that I can rely on. I get them out the door so I don't forget which gun had this flaw or this malfunction. When a firearm is not something I can count on, I get rid of it right away. And I only keep the ones that I can grab and rely on to protect myself and my family. This happens to be one of those firearms. The FX9 is a well-made firearm. It shoots beautifully. It is so much fun to shoot. All my kids can shoot it pretty well. It's just a fun time, but it's reliable and it's functional. Having this tight to your body, moving around your home with a laser light on it, this is exactly what you want and need in any home defense situation. Get a good home defense round in there. Of course, who knows where the laws are going to be sooner than later, but whole other video, whole other topic. But in my opinion, this is the firearm that anyone can count on to be there for you in a home defense scenario. And I have a feeling that in 2025, there's going to be a whole hell of a lot more scenarios that are going to require home defense. So friends, stay ready, because shit's about to hit the fan. All right, y'all. I'm Coach HardgainZ. This is Savior the Second. I'll catch you in the next video.